Happy holiday, beautiful humans! Whether you celebrate Christmas, Hanukkah, Yule, or any other winter holiday, it can be a stressful time of the year. I celebrate the ancient festival of Yule, the Winter Solstice. I find that I'm fortunate that Yule reflects on our relationship with nature in that the gifts are usually handmade and use the elements of nature. Even though it may not be what you celebrate, I want to share with you some of what I do at Yule that can help promote simplicity and slow living. Allow me to share with you some background on Yule in case you're not familiar with it. The shortest day of the year, December 21st, is quickly approaching, signaling the end of fall and the formal start of winter. The winter solstice is an old celebration celebrated with rituals and traditions that honor nature and establish one's intentions for the following season. Here are some simple ways that I celebrate Yule. Some of these simple things can also be used in your celebration as well. Create a sacred space. This is an iconic component of the winter solstice. This can be a special place within your home where you can decorate it with the symbols of winter: pine cones, evergreen boughs of fir and cedar, and wreaths, while placing a golden or yellow-hued candle representing the return of the sun. Use incense of cedar, mistletoe, sage, or sweetgrass. Make an evergreen Yule wreath. Building a wreath out of winter evergreens like pine, fir, juniper, and cedar is a classic way to respect the season. Whether for your Yule table or just for your doorway. Evergreens are connected with protection and wealth, making them ideal selections for commemorating the end of the year and the onset of winter. Alternatively, you can go bigger and build a solstice bush by putting the stems of these plants in a pot of moist soil. Why are these plants used? Aside from being seasonal, the yew tree represents eternity and reincarnation. Holly and ivy repel bad energy. Pine has healing properties, and mistletoe brings fertility and plenty. Burn a Yule log. Historically, the Yule log was a Nordic practice in which a full tree, not just a log, was carried into the home to be burned for the whole 12 days of Yule. Decorate an oak log with pine cones, dried berries, cinnamon sticks, holly, and mistletoe and set it in your fireplace, if you have one, or build a bonfire in an outside fire pit. They smell wonderful. Yule log burning is a symbolic practice that allows you to let go of the past and eliminate old and bad energy that you don't want to carry with you into the new year. It's also a way to commemorate the return of the sun and the fact that the days will become lighter and longer from now on. And if you lack a fireplace or a fire pit, just watch a video like Netflix fireplace for your home while baking a Yule log cake. This is a quick reminder, if you're not yet part of my slow living community, subscribe and give a like so that others looking for this type of channel can find it. Now let's get on with it. Decorate a Yule tree. Doesn't it sound familiar? If you have one, you've probably already decorated it by December 21st. But Yule trees were truly living outside trees decked with hanging candles in ancient practices. The candles and other ornaments were intended to represent the sun, moon, and stars, as well as remembrances of loved ones who had died. Exchange nature-based gifts. In truth, the practice of Christmas gifting has its origins in a winter solstice ritual of sharing presents. Don't stress about finding yet another flawlessly elegant present. The traditional solstice goods originate from nature. Give a modest handcrafted wreath, lovely crystals, a plant-based candle, or even seeds to plant in the spring. And if it isn't possible for you to do so, try to purchase sustainably. Give back to nature. The winter solstice is a time to appreciate nature. Spend some time during the day scattering seeds for local birds and wildlife to give back to the original community of your property. Celebrate in candlelight. Because the solstice is the shortest day of the year, it's also the longest night of the year. And one of the early customs was based on candlelight, both for the needed illumination and to commemorate the return of the sun in the following months. Cover a tabletop with unlit candles, either in a circle or varying patterns. Then in the center, insert a candle that represents the sun, preferably in yellow or gold. Light the sun candle first, then followed by the rest of your candles, and enjoy the warm glow of the candles on this longest night of the year. Set up a meditation space. Take advantage of the longest night of the year to contemplate what the new season and year will offer you. Winter, with its cooler weather and at the end of the holidays, is a fantastic season for inner growth and calm. Have a Yule feast. People have long feasted on the winter solstice to celebrate life in the darkness, connect with others, and feel comfortable. Make a traditional feast or just your favorite cuisine, with extra points if you use local winter vegetables. Bring items you no longer desire, wrap them up, and put a pile of surprises on the floor for everyone to select from. Do a wishing ritual. Consider your New Year's resolutions and aspirations. Light a candle and state your resolutions out loud. Then sit with the candle and let it burn down while you picture your dreams becoming a reality. Imagine the benefits, fantasize about living this new way of life, and then write down your next actions to make it a reality. Declutter your space. Yule is a time to let go of the old and make room for new. So it's the ideal time to organize your house. After you finish the physical decluttering, spiritually cleanse your home in whatever way you prefer. I enjoy smoke cleansing with pine needles and mistletoe. Then sit back and enjoy the positive energy that comes from having a clean physical and spiritual space. Try blessings for your donations. In many communities, an emphasis is placed on the idea of helping those in need. It's not uncommon to attend a Yule event in which guests are invited to donate clothing, canned goods, toiletries, books, and even pet care products. Donations are then presented to local aid groups, food pantries, libraries, and shelters. If you're gathering up some sort of donations, good for you. But before you drop them off, why not do a blessing of the donated items? This can be a great way to honor your deities and your community, as well as to help others recognize what an important occasion it is. Treat yourself to a nature-based treat. I mean, what's the harm in making an excuse? A naturally fragrant candle, a door wreath, a plant or delectable pie or cake with a nice tea or hot chocolate are all possibilities. Consider buying sustainably this season and make a conscious effort to buy recycled or sustainably derived items and products. Show your appreciation to Mother Nature. Yule, the winter solstice, is a time of great symbolism and power. It heralds the return of the sun when the days finally begin to lengthen. It's also a time to rejoice with family and friends and to spread Yule joy. As you can see, there are many similarities between the ancient celebration of Yule and Christmas. Celebrate as you see fit. Just be conscious of keeping it simple and sustainable. I wish you all a happy Yule season, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and Happy Holidays. And until next time, be kind to yourself.